everyone. Welcome back.
Welcome.
If you're listening to this on Spotify, by the way, there is now a video version available on our YouTube channel, which is The Gregliot Show.
Funny that.
We're fucking full-on influencers now. Smash like, hit that subscribe button, merch link in the bio.
Oh, merch?
No, we don't. We're not doing that.
I'll get on that.
Today, we asked on Instagram to send us suggestions because we have none. We have no ideas left for like things for us to talk about. So we're going to do a little quick fire, boy.
Have you
all
not
your
got any
suggestions
jokes?
today? I am. I'm just introducing what we're doing first.
Can I tell a joke?
Yeah, of course you can.
Just before it completely leaves my mind.
Before you forget it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Get it out. Yep.
Right. My teacher told me to make up a sentence using the words defense, defeat, and detail.
Yeah.
So you have to read this in a Dublin accent.
Why do you have a teacher if you're like 28 years old?
Anyways, you have to read this in a Dublin accent. Now, I can't forgive my Dublin accent. I apologise in advance if I offend anyone, but...
Forgiven.
Here we go. So, when the horse jumped over the fence, the feet go first, then the tail.
Perfect. That's perfect.
I can't even...
That's great.
Shocking. Okay, I'm so sorry, everyone.
Only a few jokes to kick us off. I have a mate who thinks he's really smart and it really bothers me, right? He says the only food that can make you cry is onions. Mm-hmm. So I threw a coconut on his face.
Class.
I always wondered this, actually, and I found it out on a David Attenborough documentary recently. What happens to a frog's car when it breaks down?
Come on, Greg. It gets towed.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, that's all you got?
Yeah.
Okay, I got one more.
Okay.
My wife and I were incredibly happy for 27 years. And then we met.
Oh. Oh, no. That's terrible.
That's really bad. Right, okay, so thank you all for your suggestions on our Instagram. Do keep them coming, by the way, even if we don't put up like a poll, like message us if there is anything you want us to touch on or something that we may have talked about but you'd like us to talk about more or in more detail.
Of course.
That'd be absolutely class.
Yeah.
Can you give us some suggestions because I don't have my phone?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So one of them was the story that you couldn't tell us about the studio. Laughy face. Laughy face.
Well, see, there's two studio stories.
Yeah, no, it's not the one you're thinking. It's
not the one that involves a load of nudity.
It's the one we mentioned on the podcast already.
Oh, yeah. So we kind of ended up telling it, really.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck Alan said that. Fuck you, Alan.
No, the only thing I didn't want said, because I hadn't talked to you about it in years, I really didn't want your man's name said.
Yeah, and we won't say his name, yeah.
Defamation and all that, because he was an absolute fucking prick.
He was. Yeah.
So that's the only thing, really, but we kind of told the rest of the story then in the end, not paying for it and having the worst time. And your
we were supposed to pay for it, but from the terrible service we received, we didn't have to end up paying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did I tell the bit where he turned around and said, it's not my job to record musicians that can't play?
Yeah.
Because that one sticks out particularly in my mind when I challenged him and said, excuse me, like, isn't
the
this your
producer's job
to do this? And then that's what he said.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, that was kind of the whole story. I just really didn't want Greg to accidentally say his name, because Greg has done that in many of our podcasts.
I don't know what you're talking
where I'll
about.
be like,
oh,
do you remember Jimbo? And Greg's like, oh yeah, Jimbo, and says the surname, and then I'm like, oh man,
just getting a really important phone call. Oh, hello, President Obama.
Next suggestion, please.
One from Tristan was regret.
Regret, that's going to need to be like an episode
on itself.
In itself.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all try to live without regrets, but I think everyone has some.
You definitely have some.
Be that something you didn't do or something you did do.
Or could have done differently.
Exactly,
or whatever.
yeah.
There's definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't bring my diary. It's full of them. I'll bring that the next time.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, Tristan.
Another one that we got was conspiracy theories. Now,
okay.
I love that suggestion.
Off the top of my head, there's three that come to mind. Ready?
Wait, are these ones that you believe in, or that?
No, just the three that like come to me.
Yeah.
Are Paul McCartney died years ago? The real Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Did we actually land on the moon?
Yeah.
And is the Earth flat?
Okay.
That's pretty much all I can think of. And my opinion on all three is I don't think Paul McCartney died years ago in a car crash. They say that he did because and the Beatles hit it or whatever, and the
and they
management
put it
team
in their
hit
music and stuff.
Yeah, and if
they?
you listen to this backwards and all this sort of stuff, you'll hear that he's actually, it says Paul is dead and all this sort of stuff. But like, it's just too far fetched. The man still looks pretty much the same, and is still incredibly talented. And you can't just replace one of the best songwriters in the world and suddenly have a guy that looks exactly like him and is also one of the best songwriters in the world. So I think that's a load of bollocks.
Yeah.
But they apparently the story was they tried to cover it up because the Beatles were so huge at the time it would have fucked the whole thing up.
Yeah,
just a load of bollocks. And then the Earth's obviously not flat. Like, do you know what we should do? We should pay to get a rocket made to fly everyone to space that thinks that the Earth is flat.
Right. Well, you could just watch the ISS live feed. Could
be fake, Greg. That's what they think, man.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't think the Earth is flat. And what was the third one I said?
The moon landing.
Yeah, I reckon we landed on the moon. Like,
it'd be a bit ridiculous to fake it. Yeah,
a bit silly. Like,
yeah. Okay, they're good ones. Yeah. Again, not necessarily ones I believe in. The CIA.
Thank you, Stuart. That was Stuart, wasn't it?
No.
Who suggested that?
I don't know.
I think it was Stuart. Thank you, Stuart. Hi, Stuart.
La Disco.
That's Stuart.
Okay.
His followers are just about to go up loads because you mentioned his handle.
Yeah. You're welcome. What I think, so not necessarily believe in them.
Yeah.
The CIA caused the crack epidemic.
Okay.
The JFK assassination and 9/11.
What's the conspiracy about the JFK assassination?
That he was taken out by the CIA.
Oh, right.
As opposed to a lone gunman.
Oh, okay.
And then the 9/11 is like the whole Bush did 9/11 or whatever. Yeah. I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's loads more that I want to do a whole episode.
We should definitely do an episode. We should actually do a little bit of research, perhaps, for one of the episodes.
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, and do it
like
properly.
You could learn about one and then tell me about it, and I'll learn about one and you tell me about it.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Sweet. That sounds great.
That's a great idea.
Next suggestion, please.
The next suggestion was cryptocurrency. And
next suggestion.
Yeah. I don't know. Really sorry, Eunice. I just don't have any interest or know anything about it or want to learn anything about it.
No, I don't. I'd be in the same boat. Well, not that I don't want to know about it. Well, I'm not arsed really, I suppose. I don't know anything about it, and I think that's the way it's going to remain.
Absolutely.
I'm so sorry. But thank you for your suggestion.
Yeah, thank you very much, yeah. Well, the next one is from my sister. It says, more interviews.
More interviews, yeah.
That's a good one.
Definitely. If there's someone that you think we should interview, let us know. We have a few people in mind.
Yeah, I would actually love to interview her.
No, that'd be terrible.
No, she has...
Sorry, Rachel. We would love to. We would actually...
She has a lot of good things to say around mental health, and her job's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, her job is interesting.
And just a quick one. I think I told you about it.
You said.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Before we move on, I was joking there. I feel bad already.
I know it's joking.
And we should definitely
don't worry.
Okay.
She won't.
Sorry,
she'll hate you forever. No, about my sister has a son called Felix, my nephew. And
your first nephew?
My first nephew. And
that you've never met?
He's 6 and a bit months old now. But when he listens to the podcast, when she listens to the podcast, and he recognises the intro music now and starts smiling because he loves my laugh and your laugh.
Show.
Yeah, that's great.
That's so class. So we have
Let's try the thing.
What thing?
Hey, Felix.
Oh, hey, Felix.
I want to.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm going to try and get a video. Me. Yeah.
Okay, do it again.
Hey, Felix.
Hey, Felix.
Hey, Felix.
Hey, Felix.
That's stupid. What's the next one we got? Okay, the next one was what are the telltale signs someone has a substance abuse problem?
Oh, well, you're more qualified on that one than me.
Yeah, I could answer that if you want. I wouldn't make a whole fucking podcast on it, but I could definitely do it. There are lots of key indicators, I'd say. If they are usually quite a happy-go-lucky, out-there person, and then after the next while you've noticed that after maybe a day, once a week, they don't come out at all, or you don't see them at all, probably because they're too hungover to come out. If when you are drinking with them, they're drinking an excessive amount, more than usual, and they don't see a problem with it. If it's substance abuse, I don't know what you're referring to, but for me it would have been cocaine. If they nonchalantly do cocaine in front of you, that's a serious indicator.
In front of in front of someone that would never do it.
Like
or
say
what?
if no one else is doing it,
All right.
and you're at a like little group thing,
Okay.
and then they just whip out a bag and start doing something. That's pretty bad. That means they're doing it by themselves.
All right.
For me, anyway, that's just my experience. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
And it's putting you in an uncomfortable situation and that sort of thing, as in you being the observer.
Yeah.
And the other thing would be just like say their mood swings. They might have really poor mood a lot
Okay.
when they're sober. They might be quite low energy when they're not. Usually, whereas maybe a year or two ago when you knew them, they weren't. The only thing I'd say is don't directly. It depends on the person. I know it's just it happened to me and it didn't work at all. Where I was directly confronted about it when I wasn't. For the addict, the person going through the substance abuse problem, it has to be them who makes the decision. Unfortunately,
To change.
as fucking hard as that is to watch and witness and be around, they have to make the decision to change. Yeah, you can tell it to them all the time. If they don't believe they have a problem, unfortunately, that's just going to continue to get worse in front of you, and you won't know what to do because you can't do anything.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've always thought as well that a sign of like a problem with stuff is when you're one person when you're sober, and you are not the same person when you're
Exactly. Yeah.
on stuff.
Yeah. That would be
drink or drugs.
Yeah, that's a massive.
You know,
sign.
either you're far happier or way more sad or aggressive or whatever it might be.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Obviously, everyone gets a little loose.
Yeah.
when they're
Everyone
drinking,
gets a
but
little loose. Yeah.
Not going to be the exact same sober because, but yeah. All right, next one. Thank you for your answer, Greg.
Thank you.
And for the suggestion, everybody.
The next one was sexual insecurities in men. I think we can
I
make
have to
that.
go.
So do I. That could be a good one. I don't know. Why. We could just. I know we're both men, so that's probably why it was asked that way.
Yeah.
But we could do it with a girl as well. It doesn't have to be just men.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a hard one to do.
That will.
No pun intended.
Hey!
But no, I suppose we could do one on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to? Yeah.
Probably need to think a bit about it, maybe.
Yeah, fair.
You?
I don't have many, but I suppose like it would initially say it's the first sexual experience with that person you're having would be very awkward for
That's
me.
scary, yeah.
It's scary, and then it depends on the person, but it can be fine after that once you realize they're okay with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, making sure it was as good an experience for them as it was for you. That's a massive one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, totally.
that would be a big
I agree with
insecurity
both
of
of
mine.
them.
Even if you're someone for a while, it still sticks in my head.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, that's I agree with both of them totally. You know the way I'm quite big. Again.
Tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That comes into my mind.
Does it?
I'm just like, I'm so fucking
Long.
long and big.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to, just be like,
Yeah, I get that.
I'm so, like,
Yeah.
am I making them uncomfortable because I'm so fucking heavy and huge and tall and shit
Yeah.
like that? Like,
Another one for me is like, and I love that I've learned about it, is like all the things around consent and everything, and it's I try and keep that like all the time at the forefront. But I find that can also be a little bit of a barrier sometimes, where you're trying too hard to make sure that they're okay with what's going on. That you're like, it can almost make them uncomfortable. I'm not saying that's happened before, but you're
Yeah.
like, fuck, am I doing it too much or something? You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, totally. I mean,
It's just something that's it's so much in the forefront of my mind of like, because you see all the time of like a girl, guy accused of rape after it happened or something, but I'm not one of those people, but I'm just saying, I don't know, that terrifies me.
yeah.
I'm not saying I'm like that at all, and I've never had that happen, but it can be a pressure on you to make sure that you've done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you almost do it too much. You go too far in the opposite direction, where you ask too many
So
times.
you're both not having as much fun as you potentially could.
Well, at
See,
least
I
that's
suppose
what I'm
communication is huge.
doing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
If you can communicate everything properly,
Yeah.
then that should.
Much easier said than done.
Yeah. Well, yeah, totally. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The next one was again from interviews. More interviews.
Oh yeah, totally. We need to do more interviews.
Yeah.
We're going to do more interviews. Obviously, coronavirus puts a bit of a damper on that. But hey, we're in the garden, so we
We're
could just sit
outside.
someone over there.
Yeah. You can't be on camera though. You're not allowed.
Yeah, and then we're definitely doing more interviews, and I think one person I already said to you that we'll hopefully have on.
Yeah.
Will be Tiernan.
Yeah, Tiernan, the guy who's doing your coaching at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I've signed up to an 8-week program where I work out on Zoom with Tiernan 3 times a week.
There's like 40 people involved.
Something like that, yeah. So it's all online. I track my calories on my Fitness Pal, so I have to hit certain goals with like protein and carbs and fats and that type of thing. I'm currently down from 94 kilos thereabouts to 89, and
Insane
there's like another
progress,
6 weeks to go. And then I'm doing my own training on top of that. So
Yeah,
I'm
you are,
running with you.
And
we had a great
workouts
run
with me.
today, and you kept us at a real nice pace for the whole thing. He spurred me on. It was great. Thank you, Greg.
I spurred myself on as much as anything else.
Yeah, yeah. And also doing a lot of cycling. And now I'm doing a lot of swimming, which you're starting to do as well. So, you know, it's all coming together. It's all going really
Yeah.
well. But I was chatting to him about it briefly, and he'd like to come on, and it'd be nice to have him on.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Yeah, just talk
Yeah.
about more fitness and stuff, because obviously it's something we're into.
And I want to see why he does it as well. I'm not going to give away our inside scoop. I'm going to edit that out.
Next suggestion.
This is actually, I like this one. It's a game I play as well as with the person who suggested it and that people, but overrated, underrated. So we call it over under.
Okay.
Like you name a thing, you say if it's over or underrated.
Yeah.
So for example,
John Mager's guitar playing. Oh, you say John Mager's guitar playing?
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna say,
fucking
yeah.
mental.
John Mayer.
Wow.
Over or under?
I would say that he is probably underrated,
Okay. Yeah, I would agree.
because
He's the best guitar player of our generation.
I would say so, yeah. That we know of,
Yeah, okay, yeah, true.
because obviously he's in the public eye. But also, as much as he like is a bollocks with his like silliness,
Yes, yeah.
he is also a very good songwriter.
Insanely
He's a
good.
very good songwriter. I don't agree with everything that he's always done though, because he has said some outrageous things, and
He has, yes.
sometimes that's a bit, you know, I
Yeah.
would disagree with him. But
Yeah.
if you just looked at his guitar playing, it is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, fact. I would agree with you,
Unbelievable.
yeah.
So, but I don't think he gets as much credit as he deserves for his guitar playing.
Yeah, 100%.
So we're in agreement.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Thank you for that suggestion, Sean. We should do that.
I wasn't going to mention his name, actually.
All right, because you just hate him so much.
Yeah.
Cool.
What about you? You got one?
Well, we kind of...
Okay.
nothing comes to mind at the moment, no.
Okay. Here's one for you.
Go.
Melon.
Melon?
Yeah.
Is that rated?
Yeah, well, up to you.
I fucking love melon.
I know.
I love melon. If you ever want to buy me a present, buy me a melon.
He gets has this little like tiny ice cream scoop and he makes
No,
little balls.
it's a melon ball
Yeah.
maker.
You have like a bowl of a whole. You get a whole melon.
Yeah,
and you
both
get
halves,
like
make it
2
into
balls.
a load of balls.
And you make balls.
Get about
out of it.
45 balls, 50 balls out of it, like, and I just fucking eat them all.
Yeah. You
But
do.
Then my sugars were getting a bit high when I was tracking the thing, and it's also lots of carbs, so I've cut that out. I haven't had a melon in like fucking 3 weeks, Greg.
Oh my god.
I'm going
How are you
fucking
doing?
insane.
Yeah. So you'd say they're underrated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hugely.
Okay.
Huge. And you know how you tell if a melon is ripe? There's 2 ends, obviously, on the melon.
Yeah.
One end's like, it has that thing on it, and so it's not that end.
Yeah.
It's the top. That doesn't help at all. The one with the tiny thing on top, and you basically just press it with your thumbs.
Oh, like
and
an
it-
avocado.
and
Yeah.
it should be
Kinda soft.
Kind of soft, and then you know that it's ready to go.
Yeah.
Didn't know you did that with avocados. You obviously didn't fucking check the other day.
I did.
Greg made me a delicious lunch the other day. It was a brown bread sandwich with avocado and a poached egg
Yes.
and smoked salmon.
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable. And I don't like avocado, but it was unbelievable. However,
Yeah.
the avocado was not ripe, which is no fault of
Well,
Greg's.
that is an understatement, Elliot. We were eating rocks of avocado.
Yeah, but I don't like avocado, so I think I liked it because it was hard.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
that was a beautiful lunch, Greg.
Yeah.
And then I made Greg. Here's a little one for you. So you take a banana, you peel said banana, you cut it in half.
Yeah.
But not sideways.
Yeah.
Lengthways, right? So you end up
Okay.
with 2 smiley faces.
Yeah, fact.
And then you cover each smiley face with a scrape and a peanut butter. And then you stick fucking raspberries or blueberries or blackberries or whatever the fuck you want on there.
Yeah.
And then you eat said thing, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
The peanut butter dries out your mouth while the berries juice up your mouth.
I know, it's mad. It was pretty whack, yeah.
Give it a go. It's 196 calories for anyone that wants to know.
God damn it.
Next suggestion. Is there more? Was there more?
Well, we did get like 8,000 suggestions, but they're the hand-picked ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's all I've got to say.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, that's that. Thank you very much for all your suggestions. Obviously, very helpful.
Big time.
Really enjoyed it. That's pretty much all we have to say today.
I don't think that it is.
Oh, I have a story.
You did say like the other day that you were like, oh, I should tell that story about this time when I did this thing.
Okay.
And I don't know that it's a good idea.
I'm gonna do it anyway. This is a story of how I clogged the toilet in one of the biggest houses I've ever been in at a house party in Seattle when I was about 15 or 16. So, I was at a house party in Seattle with a mate who lived there, and my brother was there with me as well. We were all drinking. All these Americans were there, obviously, having a good time. I was like quite a few beers deep when I think I'd eaten like American takeaway all day. So my gut was telling me
it's time to go.
Something happening here, Greg. Now, it's not like the last story where I shit myself. I actually found the toilet, right? Now, American toilets are very different. The water comes up really high, right?
Okay.
So I noticed that and I was like, whatever.
Everywhere, or just maybe this loo was just a bit fucked?
No, where I was in Washington anyway, it was like that. But let me say this to you, Elliot.
Right.
It was the biggest shit I've ever taken in my entire life.
Great.
And it wasn't like fucking, ninja poo or anything. This was like
I think you should explain to some of our listeners what a ninja poo is.
No wipe poo.
No wipe poo.
Yeah, it was.
You should try and wipe anyway, though. I'm just saying.
Well, I did. Yeah, but
that's how you know.
This was like have someone put a fucking marker at my ass, and it just every wipe was consistently the same, and I used so much toilet paper. Right, so I've used a lot of toilet paper on top of a gigantic shit. Right. Eventually, I finish up. Right. This is a toilet that's just off the kitchen where everyone is. And while I'm taking a shit, by the way, there's people knocking on the door, be like, hello, come on. I'm like, whatever.
Okay.
Flush the toilet.
I haven't heard this story, by the way.
I flush the toilet. It doesn't really go down. The water goes, but everything stays there. I'm like, and it starts filling back up.
Oh.
As I said, the bowls are like quite high in water level. Yeah. So it fills up and I'm like, oh, that's pretty normal. I'll just wait for it to do it so I can flush it again. The water doesn't go down this time, but it's getting higher and higher.
Was there not a plunger? You could have shoved it down.
There was a plunger, yeah.
Did you?
I'll get there.
Okay.
Then I realised it's coming up and over the toilet.
Yeah, that's a bad moment.
So I closed the lid.
Been there.
I closed the lid. There's two girls still waiting to get in, and they're like, "Come on, let us in." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
You should have just hopped out the window, man, and just done a runner.
No window. I fucking freaked out. So it's tiny spilling over, and I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm out of here." And I go out, don't look at the girls, and they go in right after me.
Oh,
I go over and I talk to the host, and I'm talking to him for a while. About 30 seconds later, they fucking burst out. They're like, "There's shit everywhere." There's shit swimming on the floor.
Oh, Greg.
I go in, there's one of my poo is on the floor.
Oh no. Oh, Greg.
And the guy, he's like, let me get the plunger. So I had to plunge the whole fucking thing. I get towels and like mop it up, pick up my shit with toilet paper, put it back in there. I had to smash it up with the plunger. It was terrible. It was traumatic. Anyway, I was called shit boy for the rest of the day.
That's a terrible story. It's an awful feeling.
Oh, God.
I've been there as well.
Have you done that?
Now, I should say, right, Greg already has a girlfriend. I feel like all I do on this podcast is decrease my chances of ever having a partner again.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you because I have a girlfriend. Yeah.
No, that happened to me once in a shopping centre. And I went to the loo. And as you say, it was...
a huge shit. You could use that word.
And I flushed and it just didn't go down.
Oh.
The water started coming up over the toilet again, like you said. No. And I was like, this is a bad situation to be in. And there was no plunger because it was a shopping centre like this.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck am I meant to do? So I left.
Yeah.
And I found one of the cleaning staff.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I was just in the loo there, and I don't know what happened, but it's spilling out over the top, and it was so bad.
So you essentially walked up to a cleaning staff, tried to play it off like it wasn't you. It's a giant shit floating in the toilet over there, and it's not going anywhere.
Oh, so bad.
You fucking smooth operator.
My hardest, wow, that's not a good word, toilet experience was
That
definitely...
was not a good
That
choice
was
of
not a
words.
choice of words. Was definitely in China.
Yeah?
Yeah.
With the little, where
Just
you have
like,
to squat?
Like, yeah, squatting. Because
Apparently that's way better for you.
apparently, like, for how things work, for
Yeah.
inside you and stuff, and yeah. But like when you're 6'3" and not used to squatting,
Yeah.
it's really hard.
I'd say so.
And there's nothing to like.
Hold on. Really?
Like there was a few times where I nearly fucking fell into the hole. It was bad, Greg. Right? It was bad, and you have to have good aim.
Oh, yeah.
Now, thankfully, I had good aim.
You have good shitting aim.
My best toilet experience.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a really bad experience in Vietnam too. Sorry, I keep pointing at you.
It's okay.
Because there was a few that were. There was just like a line of holes in the ground and like no divides and stuff. That wasn't great.
No.
But yeah, my best toilet experience,
Yeah.
if you want to know,
Yeah.
'cause we've told you a few bad ones, was definitely in Japan.
Oh, the...
Oh my god.
Washing toilets.
Greg. I was in some big fucking fancy ass building.
Yeah.
I think it was the skyscraper building I was in. I don't like heights, and we did the whole go outside thing and all that. That was a great, I should tell that story sometime. But
Okay.
I was in the loo of this place, and I just took my time so much because it was just glorious.
Yeah.
Went in, it was all fucking lovely in there.
Unreal.
And then there's like a whole like control panel. Like there was
Yeah.
like 12 buttons.
I've
Not
seen
like
this on
one
TV,
button.
yeah.
Holy crap, man. I could pick the kind of music I wanted. Did I want to sound like I was in a jungle? So
What?
Obviously I went with the jungle.
Okay.
That was great. And you can like spray at different, like spray your arse at different like temperatures and different
Whoa.
forces.
Different temperatures.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was unreal.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds class.
Yeah. It was. That's my best toilet experience
So if you make it, like, as in you're a millionaire tomorrow,
from the podcast.
or anything.
We're accepting donations.
Yeah, we are. You're accepting donations for this toilet. Would you buy that toilet?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
correct.
Because then, like, all my friends could experience it too without having to travel to Japan.
Yeah,
Although
while you're in
traveling
the
to
room,
Japan
I
is
assume.
amazing. Pardon?
What?
What did you say?
While you're in the room with them, you can watch them.
That's
Okay.
terrible.
I'm going to close out with a joke.
Okay.
Just one joke. What did the duck say when he bought lipstick?
You can add that to my bill.
Thanks for listening.
Don't take me down. Don't take me down.